What about this? Can you hear me? If you can hear my voice, but not the music. Okay, I'm clicking buttons to see. I forgot changing scenes makes it so you can see me. Because I'm just sitting here attempting to fix this. Because there's my timer, and then I was gonna be like, oh, I'll change it whenever we get there, but what is going on? Why? What did I... Okay, the one I thought I deleted is like still there, and I don't know how. What is going on? If anyone has ever streamed and has any suggestions, let me know. I mean, music isn't a must, but like, it's a lot more interesting, I think. Otherwise, it's just my voice. Yes, I'm using loopback, and I've never had an issue, so... And I hear it and see it on my side. Why? Okay, here, we're just gonna delete it and go and add it again. Okay, it's in there, I see. Yep, it's in the scene. It's added as a source. Yeah, I totally do not hear it. Okay, I'm only gonna mess with this for like maybe a couple more minutes. Yeah, it's super weird. So I did try to change one thing because I was going to split the audio because I was recording these because I was eventually going to make summary videos. I'm not sure if that's still going to happen, but I tried to split the audio so my background music was on a different track than my audio. So then if I ever wanted to like say or like use any of the words of like me talking, it wouldn't always have the audio below it because then they're one source rather than be two sources. So I did try to do that, but I believe that should have only affected the recording. It really should not have affected the output. Audio track. Okay, it says streaming and it just says audio track 1, which is my voice. But I don't know if there's anything else. Hang on. I'm reading. Okay, I thought I was sending everything to the stream. I'm not sure how to double check. Settings? This is so weird. Because I do see it, so this is going to create a weird effect. Last thing, monitor. So here's this. And you can see right here, right there, that's the music that's going through. Just point your mic to the keyboard. That might be what happens. But yeah, see right here, I see it. That's the music. And that's it playing. And it's coming through Spotify. Why the heck would it not be coming through? So it does only have this one selected, but radio buttons typically are, you only select one. And I thought it auto-mixed it. Is it because one of these are not selected? This will be like 4 more minutes of this. If this doesn't work, then we're just gonna move on. This is the 6th stream that I've done now, and we are just now having issues, so it's probably not too bad. Yeah, because I did this audio recording thing, and I checked those two, so those two should record even though I'm not recording right now. Do one of these need to be selected? I don't know what this will do. Let's try it real quick. Did that... Oh, I hear it. What's channel 3? I don't know what channel 3 is. Or wasn't it channel 3? Okay, I do hear it now. But it's not coming through the thing that it should be coming through. Advanced properties. What the heck? Okay, it's... Okay. Giannis, you had said... Oh, should I use 3? Okay, so that's to manually add that third one. Oh wait, but channel 2, okay, hold up, channel 2 wasn't based, where did you see this? But these shouldn't be these, right? Because these are their own little source thing, because this added a brand new mic audio, or yeah, mic aux, right? Okay, I'm gonna move that. So, really I shouldn't have to use these because I'm using loopback and bringing these in as a new audio. You saw it in tracks. What was tracks? Yeah, oh, now I can't select any of these though, but radio buttons usually denote only one is, you're only ever able to use one. See, this is why people say you're supposed to do a fake stream before you start your real stream. But I woke up like 20 minutes before I was supposed to stream. So I did not do that. And I totally should have because I knew I was going to change something. Oh well. Hey Anthony, how's it going? We are fixing my stream issues. And that has been the first 20 minutes. Discounting like 10 minutes for a timer. See, OBS like can do that. I just have to set it up to do it. Okay, we are gonna disable this one so it's not like possibly making anything weird. And then let's turn this one up a little bit. Okay, I should be, yeah, you should be able to hear me. It's kind of loud now. There, we're gonna put it a little bit more in the background. Okay, well that was an adventure. Yeah, Megan, I will probably hit you up on that sometime. Probably after this. Okay. Well, that was a fun adventure. Where's this? Hello, everybody. Welcome to my stream. This is me not knowing how to stream. And so what we are going to do today is work with Vapor because Vapor is a server-side Swift framework, and we are actually going to be building the API for everything. And we have done the database migrations, we have created Fluent models, and then now it is time to finally create API endpoints. So let's get to doing that. Let me open everything because, you know, I had like nothing open, honestly, before the stream started. And then we had all those audio issues, so I was like, okay. And I was already gonna wake up, or I already woke up late for the stream, so I was like, it won't be bad, but it was kind of, it's been interesting so far. Okay, expense tracker, here we are. We need expense tracker kit, because that's what we called the Vapor project. And let's open package.swift. I need to tweet this out too. First time having audio issues. It has been tweeted, so everyone else who's not on stream also now knows that we were having issues. How much is Vapor used in the industry? I don't know, honestly. I know there's some things out there that use Vapor, so let's see. If we go to a Vapor Code's website, and oh wait, I saw GitHub. Oh no, let's go to GitHub to sponsor, but not the blog. I was going to the docs. If you go to the Vapor GitHub and scroll down, they have awesome stuff that was created with Vapor. So you can click on that, and there's, I believe, just like a list of projects. Yeah, there's a list of projects that all use Vapor. I know Amazon does in something with streaming, with like video streaming, they use Vapor. So that's one thing I know of for sure. My previous company also used some Vapor, and then trying to move my YouTube windows, but generally I would say it's not like still super popular just yet, but it's still fun, I think. Because really almost anything server side, like API wise, is going to be JavaScript, because a lot of like websites use it. Yana said absolute amounts, it's not bad. Yeah, we're definitely not at levels like Node.js, unfortunately. Question, there we go. Megan asks, can Vapor be used with Firebase authentication? So I have thought about this because I was possibly going to do it for one of the apps that I was going to write, or like for a freelance project. From what I can tell, technically, yes, you can connect them together. You may most likely not use like only the Firebase auth part and then like use your own Vapor stuff. I feel like that's not super common. So like it is possible, but it's pretty hard, I think. So Giannis said, however, in terms of maturity, no shame in saying, that's more than you'll need. Apple even uses it in iCloud. Oh yeah. Oh, Yana said you can use Firebase auth, and you have a customer on Firebase and Vapor. Not a fan though. And then Guitar, yeah. Do we know why Vapor is the only server-side Swift that survived? I know there was an IBM one and Perfect. Yeah, the IBM one was called Kitura. I do not know the reasoning behind why Vapor was the only one that survived. I think it was IBM killed Kitura was the other one. Giannis said that they really wanted to push Bluemix. I don't know what that one is either. I'm not sure why, honestly. I would say we could tweet that to Tim Condon and ask him, possibly, because he's been with Vapor and server-side Swift for a while. But I don't know. But it's here, and that's where we are. So let's also, we'll keep, this totally changes. I looked at this site yesterday, and it said Swift, a web framework. Not Swift, but on a server. Okay, that thing totally changes. We'll have to look at that, because I definitely saw that say something else. Okay, let's look at, I also don't have Docker running, because I'm not prepared. I'm eating, and I definitely thought I muted it the first time, and I didn't. I just almost choked. Hey Martin, how's it going? You've joined the good part of the stream. The beginning beginning of the stream was not going too hot because my background music wasn't working, which was really sad. Which it was working. If you like scroll to the very beginning of the stream, I heard it through my iPad. It was working briefly and then decided to stop working. So I don't know what that was about. Yeah, Giannis works on Vapor a lot. I've worked on a project with him with it. But oh my gosh, I really did almost just choke. Okay, we need to also open Sketch, and I'm gonna open that. Hopefully on the side, yeah. So here is our Sketch document. So this was mainly where I did most of the planning for everything for anyone who hasn't followed along. And also, if you've enjoyed this stream and enjoyed this very real struggle of how all of this has worked, be sure to like the video below, because that helps, because I have not made like actual YouTube videos and it's all been streaming because I haven't had time. So this is what I could commit to, so that's what we've been doing. So for this, here is an overview for everyone who doesn't know of what this sketch looks like. Does Giannis get to plug his social handle? I think in general all of my links are disabled on a live video, so like you can't drop a hyperlink down here, but you can, I mean, drop an @ symbol and then a space and then say like Twitter and people can find it. Yeah, Martin, is it really a true stream if everything works? You know, not today for me. And everything has gone great, so honestly, we're now on the 6th stream. Like, this has been over a month, and we haven't had any issues till today, so I think it's been pretty good. Kevin, everything already is in a playlist. You should be able to see on my channel, there is a playlist of live streams, which will pretty much hold like all the live streams I have. And then I do have a playlist specifically for this. Let's go to YouTube. If we search my name, we see I'm live, and then we go to playlist. And right here, expense tracker iOS app built in public. And I am eventually going to go back and change these, what are they? Thumbnails. I just haven't. I haven't optimized too many things yet, but we'll get there. Yeah, Kevin, you've been on like almost half of these streams and you didn't know this yet? But that's okay. For yeah, everybody else as well. This is what the sketch looks like of the iOS app, which we have an income tab, an expense, and then settings. So income, we'll have this graph, and then expenses will have a different graph because we're going to use the SwiftUI charts. And then lastly, we have a dashboard which has more information. And then the other two are basically like, these are the pop-ups for entering information. Because in reality, this app is just a CRUD application with some relationships, so it's not really too much, but building your entire own backend to it, it is a lot more work. But that's kind of fun. So here are the Postgres tables that we created. So we have categories, accounts, income, and expenses. So we did that, and now we need to get to our API. So we're going to make at least four endpoints of our 4 tables of category, income, expense, and account. Yeah, Giannis, I am using Fluent. So we have those 4 at least CRUD endpoints, and then later we are going to do a monthly income and a yearly income endpoint, but actually somebody else had suggested something. Yeah. So then somebody else on one of the last streams had suggested, instead of monthly income and yearly income as 2 different endpoints, we just make one endpoint called income, and from there we can add on another parameter of monthly or yearly. And these are for making some of these graphs, like here's monthly gross income. So in reality, you get back the year and then the amount. So for this, we would call that like yearly endpoint. But then if we were to do, let's say, just this one, like income sources, I found there's actually not a circle pie chart, but if we did do this one, we would actually just want like all the income sources back for a given month as opposed to like a whole year, sort of like what this one shows, which was something I noticed when building it out more. Like these technically don't really make sense together, but that's sort of what the planning was for. So let's get started making one of these. Let's see. Let's do accounts because it only has 2 properties and it will be the easiest. So here, let me make this even smaller. Oh, can this not get any smaller? Nope. Okay, that's the smallest it's gonna be. Account. Okay, side note. Kevin, you got your teaching schedule for the semester and you can make the Friday streams. You thought you might not be able to join. Aw, that's awesome. I'm glad to have you here. I appreciate it. You've even reminded me to stream sometimes, too, when I forgot. Okay, so let's make expense tracker. And for anyone else, too, if you like the stream, be sure to like the video down below. And if you really enjoy it, I have a Buy Me a Coffee link. Here, I will drop this in the chat. So I have a Buy Me a Coffee, which is basically you can donate towards my stream because it's nice because you appreciate the streams. It is whatever you choose. I appreciate it. And then I have a little pop-up thing, actually that way, that you will see on the stream if you do. So you can see it, like have it happen live, which is awesome. And hopefully the sound on that one works. I previously didn't have the sound, but then I finally connected something, so hopefully that works. Yeah, Giannis, I actually do. I'll drink mainly tea or water. Like, actually, what's in my little mug, my little unicorn mug, is water. Buy Me a Coffee is the name, and it's easy for people to remember. So let's get started. Oh, look at that. We already have the account model created and on the screen. So we have that. Let's now make our endpoint. So what we are going to do, instead of making the endpoint in this routes file with like app.get or app.get and then just call it account and making it right here, we are going to use a controller similar to the to-do example, which just makes a to-do controller. In the type, it says collection because this is, I believe it's a route collection. Let's go to the to. Yeah, right here. It is a route collection. So that's what we are going to do. All better. Okay. So we are low key, and that's why I started with this one. We're going to copy and paste a lot of this. So let's make this a little bit bigger because I don't have the chat here anymore, so we can make this bigger. Let's make a new route collection. And we will make an account controller. There we go. Account controller. Copy paste programming, the one true programming method. It is. Someday I need to get have you all seen the Stack Overflow copy paste little keyboard thing? I should get that. Okay. Let's copy all this. Actually, we need the whole file. And paste this. We don't need foundation. And this is called account controller. Okay, so first thing with copy paste is make sure you change everything properly. This is the account controller. Okay, hang on, I'm turning music up because it's kind of low on my side. Okay, we have account, and what we want to do, this is like what the routes are grouped by. So you group them by like some kind of name. So when we go to this is like, I should bring up Postman, and we can see. It would look like this. Here's your URL / to-dos, whereas right here, this is / hello. And this one just doesn't have a route at all. It's just the main endpoint. So what we will do here, instead of calling it to-dos, we will just call it accounts. Or account. Should it should we have it be plural? Excuse me. No, it'll be singular. No, we'll just make it plural. I'm not sure. And we want to change the variable name. Let's not call it to-dos. Let's call it accounts. So let's change all these variables. And this will be account ID. So this is like, what does it say the boot function is? It registers the routes to the incoming router. So basically, this is what we're grouping the routes by, the / account. And then these are the different routes, different endpoints that you can hit. So you'll have a get endpoint. This is for getting all of the different accounts. We have a post for creating all of them. And then we are using the group with this parameter of account ID. Let's use that. And then this one will be for deleting. So these are the different like functions that we can do. Or I don't know if we want to call it function or functionality. And then these are the actual functions that we're calling right here. So when this says .get and it says use index, that's index. Use create, that's create. And then delete, that's delete. And we actually don't even have update in this, but we'll make it. Okay. Let's also be sure to add it over here before we forget. Let's comment that one out. Try app.register collection, and we have account controller. Okay, and then all we have to do now, because we're copying and pasting, and this is a very easy endpoint, we can just go and change. We want to use account, and this comes from the model we created here. Ooh, I heard it. Who was it? Aw, Giannis, thank you. Okay, that is super small, because that is, like, the, words on it, like, just, you know, they're at the top of the screen, but, like, because it's small on my computer, because I don't have, like, the OBS window, like, gigantic or anything, that was really tiny, and I could not read it. But Giannis, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks for helping people learn. Yeah, thank you. That was funny. Okay, and what we're going to be doing here. So when we use index, this is the get request. So when we do right here, we change this to get, and this will actually be accounts. Oh, we don't need to save it. Okay, we have accounts, and what we want to do on the get request is get all of the accounts that are saved in the database. Is this saying it's updating? Yeah, update. So here, that's all we have to change for this one. We just have to say try await account.query on request.database, and .all means let's get everything. So that endpoint is completely done. Let's do another one. Let's do create. So create, we again going to use account here. So what this will do, we'll create a new account and then also return the account back to us right here in the response, so we can like confirm this was the one that got created. Okay, why does this window not get any smaller? This is very wide. My gosh. If Postman could be a native Mac app rather than being a web app, that'd be cool. I know there's Paw. I need to get it, but I haven't. So we have we have create with request. The request is like the API request. And what we want to do, so we have we're creating an object called account request.content.decode. It's an account object that will be sent to us, and we want to then save it. So here's the object.save, and then we return account. And then that's it. So we can now test these two endpoints. And do I have the database running? No, I don't. Let's get that running, and now it is. So now we should actually run the application, and both of these should work. So what is Postman? Okay, we'll fix that in a second. Let's see, let's go to postman.com. Postman is described as, let's do stuff with APIs. Postman is an API platform for building and using APIs. Postman simplifies each step of the API lifecycle and streamlines collaboration so you can create better APIs faster. So what that just means is we are creating the backend of the app right now, and then we are going to create the iOS front end of the app. So because of that, there are two different parts. So using Postman, we can test all the different API endpoints individually, and that lets us know, okay, our API is working. As opposed to if I also made the iOS app right now, I would be like, okay, I'm using my iOS app to test my Vapor backend, but there's something wrong. And then I would have to try to figure out which side is wrong. Is it the iOS app or is it the backend? So when we use Postman, we can like specifically only test the backend. So we'll be like, okay, this is definitely working, and not have to think of, are two different things broken or is only one thing broken? Oh wow, that's struggling. So we do it that way. So you can test everything in pieces as opposed to testing everything all together. But Postman is used for a lot more than that, but you can use it to basically test any API. So like if we go to, I don't think I've tried this, but you can go to google.com and like send a request, but what you get back is HTML. That's the response. So we get back like the Google homepage, which has a bunch of stuff on it. Where's the little bar to make this bigger? There we go. So you can test any API using Postman. Okay, what is going on here? Response could not be inferred. Route collection. Oh. Oh, that's funny. There's an extra comma right here. Let's build it. Have I never built this project? Since starting all this, have I not built the entire thing? Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, account. What is account? Let's see. Okay, account spelled right. There are 2 account types. Wait, where do you see that? I mean, yeah, it's ambiguous, meaning it doesn't know which multiple things. What do you mean there's 2 of them right now? Yo, if account was already taken, that's annoying. Okay, we have this one. This is the one we're trying to talk to. Final class account. Where else do we use account? We have account controller. Create account. It could be a type alias somewhere. And you save it, duplicates it for you. Oh. Let's just close Xcode. And open again, and let's see. It's still struggling. I really don't think I built this project in a while. Am I gonna specifically have to say like app or something .account? Let's do we're looking in our package, but there could be account somewhere else. Oh, I see what you mean. Account? Okay, these are all me. Wait a minute. This one. Oh. It's a copy paste there. That's what it is. Did nobody else know this? Y'all, I'm streaming this. Nobody else knew? That's hilarious. This needs to say income. Yo, did nobody else catch this? Come on, y'all. I can't do this on my own. Okay, we have income. ID, category ID. Accounts, description, invoice number. Oh my gosh. You have me on audio most of the time. Aw. That's okay. That's hilarious. Okay. Build. Now it succeeded. We made this a hot minute ago too. Was this the last? Yeah, I think this was the last one I did. So I have straight up not built the project this entire time. Okay, let's commit this because that was fun. Okay, we are going to restore, not that one. That's so funny. Okay, this should say income. Yo, we're gonna have to run on my... Okay, I'm gonna delete the Docker container because otherwise we'd have to... Or this isn't the migration, this is the model. Okay, hang on, this is the model. The migration was create income. Okay, the migration was created correctly, so we should be good. It was just the model that was wrong. That's so funny. Okay. Okay, that's hilarious. Now, when we look back at account, there's no errors. How do you pronounce your name? Is it Femi? Some of us are just learning, so we don't know, but we love your tutorials. You're good. Aw, thank you. I appreciate it. That's so funny. Okay, we are good now. So, now let's run the project, and we should be able to test the create and read of our endpoint. Also, overlooking things is just common in programming. Yes, it definitely is. And becoming better doesn't mean making less mistakes, but recognizing them faster. Yes, it can. Okay, are we running? We are running right here. So let's go to accounts, and if we send this endpoint, we get back an empty array because there's nothing here. Now let's create an account. So let's copy this. Let's call this one... Is this the name that we edit? Yeah. Oh, where is it? Okay, I know you can name these. I forget where to do that though. Oh, untitled request. What? Oh, do I have to save it? Oh, okay, I have to save it to name it, which is fine. Or I could do that. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. If I hit save, let's call this get accounts. I don't have a folder. Yeah. Oh, do I have to make one? Create collection. What is this called? So there we go. Now we've saved get accounts, and then this one can be save post accounts, which it already says posted accounts, so we could have called this create. There, so now we have saved them, so we can always like bring them back if we ever needed to. In case I ever, I don't know, did something. By the way, Mikaela, the Big Nerd Ranch book is pretty good. So far you've learned the basics of storyboards, how auto layout works, and how to add constraints with height, coordinate, and XY. Awesome. That's great. That's like, yeah, the basics of UI kit and everything, and I'm glad the book is good. It's good to hear, because I've heard good things about it, but I've never actually read it. Okay. It has already been an hour, and I feel like we've written like hardly anything. Okay, let's do a post, and what we need to do, we are using this request and decoding this object, so we actually need to now create a JSON object as the body that we send to our request. So what does our account have? It has, I think, an ID and a name. It has an ID. Yeah, ID and name, but we actually don't need ID because it'll make one for us. So we just need name. So we will call this checking. We hit send. And there we go. It worked. So we saw it decoded our response. It tried to save it and then returned account. So that's right here. The account that was returned was the one that we created, and it created the ID for us. And if we go back to get accounts and send this request, we can see we have one account here. So let's make one more. Let's do checking and savings. Hit send, so we get back the savings account and we get back 200, which is good. Now if we do a new get request, we have our 2 accounts. Perfect. There. There's just a lot in this window. I wish it was kind of smaller. You know, actually, I think it's because I made the font bigger on it. Forgot. Okay, we have checking and savings account. So we have that. That's done. So we can put a little check mark and let's copy that to make it easier. We did create and read. This totally doesn't matter, but I wanted them to be lined up. Okay, create and read. Now let's do update and delete. Because what I'm doing right now, the accounts are really just names of things. They're not actually like connected to real bank accounts. Yeah, Martin said Big Nerd Ranch books have been some of the best for a long time. That's true. I've heard good things for a while, but I've never read them. And so right here, we can also see in the log all the different requests that we've done. So we did a get first, we got an empty array, we did a post, then we checked it, then we did another post, then we did a get. And then I believe we can see those request IDs. I think we can see them on this side too, but I'm not gonna look it up. So let's stop the project and cool. Let's do delete. So we want to do account. This is not to do, it's account. That's account ID. Make sure that's spelled right. I don't know the proper way. When a response comes back and it's good, do we need to send no content? What does no content actually send us back? Is it a 200? Okay, so no content actually sends back a 204. So on successful delete, I want to send back okay, which is a 200. I don't know if that's the proper way, but that's what I'm gonna do. So what this will do, when you delete something, you have to first find it and then you can delete it. So this first part will decode the account for us, so we get an account object, and then, or sorry, not decode it. It uses the account object to get the ID property of it. And then we try to find it. If we can't, we throw an abort not found, and then we try to delete it, and then we return okay. And if anything fails with the await and the try, that means it'll just throw an error. So let's run this. This is running. Let's do a new endpoint. And this is delete. Hey Animal, how are you doing? Okay, Steeds of War, 200 is the right response. The service did what you asked it to do. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because it's interesting by default it returns no content, but it makes sense. You don't want to return the one you deleted. I mean, it doesn't matter. Hey Kuba, how is it going? Good morning, you're still waking up. I was too this morning, and then we had stream issues. It's been a thing today. So we are testing the delete endpoint right now. So let's go back here. So to test the delete, we have to send it. We still have to send a... No, we don't. Sorry. We actually just do accounts, and then I think it's a question mark. And then the ID. So if we want to delete, we have 2 accounts in the database right now, checking and savings. If we delete the checking account, let's see, send. Yep, we got back 200 okay. So now if we do a GET request, we only have 1 account in there. Awesome, so that works. Perfect. Let's do update. Where am I going? So I am going on GitHub on codewithchris/YT Vapor API. This is part of the tutorial series that I did. And so with this, I am going to look up the endpoint we did for delete. So Kuba, oh, I didn't know you both know, you guys know each other? That's cool. You think Mongo kitten user too, right? Ooh, do you use Mongo? I've only used Postgres with Vapor so far, but I've heard it works very similarly for all the others. So we are going to go to... So for this example, I did a song controller, which was basically what we just did with accounts. Excuse me, we did the exact same thing except we called them songs. So we want to use a put request. So I heard when I was doing this series, there is, and we see it here, there is get, post, put, and patch. Does anybody know the difference between when you use put and when you use patch? Because they both can be used for updating data. But I do not know when you need either one, which we can look up. Patch, okay, put is replace, patch is partial update. Yo, I'm gonna screenshot that. Perfect. But there's no technical difference. Okay. I'm gonna do put because pretty much, or technically, I think mine would be patch, actually, because if you have 2 properties, ID and name, and I'm updating the name property of something, really, it would be a patch because it's only a partial update. It's not updating the entire object, including the ID, right? Okay, here's update we want to do. Oh, yo, this was before I updated it to async await. Did I push that to GitHub? Do we have more branches here? I thought that was on branch 6. Yeah, last month. That was me. Oh, okay. No, it is there. Just kidding. I didn't copy the whole thing, I think. Okay, let's copy. Or let's align it all. And this was the old syntax. There we go. Okay, let's use all our variables. Yeah, so for everyone who's still on and or just joining, we are using Vapor to make the API, and right now we're just doing the accounts. Create, read, update, and delete. And from this, we are currently doing the update part for our account endpoint. And so if you like the stream, be sure to like the video below, because that helps, because I haven't made actual YouTube videos, and so far all I've done mainly is streaming. So that really does help, and keep enjoying. Let me know if you want to see anything else. So we are doing, let's call this account from DB. Account, so let's call this copy and paste. Okay, we are doing an update. And let's put, see, I hate though, it doesn't always syntax highlight everything. Like this, the rest of these I think should be pink. It's annoying. And okay, we have account try, account decode, account from DB. Yep, we use the title, we set the new account title and update that one. You said there's no technical difference. You also tend to return the object after an update. We can do that. Let's do it. Oh, not period. Let's return account. And there we go. So now let's run it and see. And oh, it's not called title, it's called name. Ooh, Giannis, I am about to go to my first conference. Please tell me tips about making making a good conference talk. Because I am still making my talk that I'll be giving. Okay, what to do? Let's copy this whole object. Ooh, I like this music. Dopamine. Pokemon Discord, run through it. Which Discord? There's a lot of Discords. Or do I have your username on Discord? I'll look it up. Nate, if you're still on, you also donated to buy me a coffee. Thank you. Did I not see that? Did the thing not come up? I really would love to make my own little stream alerts. That's the next like stream thing. Oh, you're a maintainer in Discord. Okay, cool. I will hit you up on that. But yeah, I would love to make custom stream alerts for my stream. That's like the next thing I kind of want to do. But that takes time, and I haven't done that. I have not allocated the time to do that. But we will get there. Okay, not tests. Body. That's what we want to do. Okay, here is our savings account that we have. And, okay. What we want to do is update. So here's the proper ID for the current one that's in the database, just this one savings account. let's change the words to checking account. So if we hit send, it returns us the new object with the same ID. It said 200. And now if we go back to accounts and we do a get, we have checking ID. So perfect. We have done all create, read, update, delete for account. Whoops, not that one. There we go. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Account is done. Let's commit it. I forgot this is right by my head. There we go, for anyone who really, really wants to see a commit message. And so everyone knows, not everyone knows, so everyone knows, I have this as a private repository, so basically, this is my own project, so like if you watch the whole series, you'll see all the code to everything, but in reality though, I still have it as a private project on my GitHub. But there we go, we have done all four for just account. And basically, we just have to kind of do the same thing for the rest of them. Yes, thank you Giannis for pointing that out. I am using omizsh for shortcuts, and it's super, super nice. So like I can type GST for get status instead of having to type out get status, and then, but if I do type everything out, you can see this little auto thing is called Fig. So it's called fig.io, and that's also completely free. Which one do we want to do next? Let's do category. Category would be the next easiest one. So let's make a new controller. Oh, not category, no. Category controller. There we go. Okay. What we are going to do is copy paste. I like this one too. What? Maybe I should stream this. I like that album. Okay, now that we have our new one, we need to change everything. So now just changing the name, that will like make everything build. So if I should test this now, I should build it. But even if it does like all the exact same things, it'll just work the same way. But now we need to change everything. So let's call this Caddy, or no. Should we call the endpoint? We had this debate a minute ago. We have accounts for accounts. But because category and categories, you know, spelled weird because English, which should we do? Oh, just a tip for more complex things, these controllers are awesome for generics. Ooh, that's a good idea. I could see how that's super useful. You could also make all the code into a simple generic controller for all models at the same time. That's true. We could do that in the future. I'm gonna copy that. Will be insane tutorial on generics. That could be cool. So, forgot the Y. Oops, okay. I am gonna write that, actually, I'm gonna put this in the, we'll put it in our routes. We can delete this one because we don't really need it. So, Giannis, you officially have a comment now in my code. That's a good idea. I totally might go back and do that. Okay, so let's do this, and then I'm like, do I want to do it now though? Because I have 2 more. No, we're gonna continue. But that's good. That is a good idea. I will look into that because yeah, I could definitely see how this would be super cool for like CRUD. Here you go, super simple. Okay, let's change this to category. Okay, do I call this, Giannis, is there a, whatchamacallit, convention? Should I use the endpoint as category or categories? Like the example with to-dos, the endpoint was called to-dos. And what I just did with accounts, I called it accounts. But with categories, shall I call it category or categories? It should be plural? Okay. That's what we'll do. Spelling though. And for anyone who didn't know how I just did that, instead of highlighting the whole thing, you hold Option. You can have like a cursor on across multiple lines. It's awesome. Okay. Category ID. But if it's a singular instance like my account or just /account, that's a different story. Any routes that modify your account, like subscription management, is different. That makes sense. Okay, so we have this. Let's do category. Okay, that one is done. Yo, what am I doing? Find, replace, every instance of account will be now category. Oh no, we need to do not just a... Oh, is there a find with like an exact match? Because I can't replace every single word account. I need to replace like only capital accounts. Matches word, okay. Contains account, ignore. I want a use case. Next to contains. Oh, I see. Oh, okay, that's... Yo, that needs a description on it. Oh, it does. Does it say case sensitive? There we go. Perfect. Giannis, you need to join these streams more often. Okay, we have account. Yeah, cool. Replace. Oh. Yay! Done. Perfect. Okay, let's still keep going. We have account. This needs to be category. This is also category. You don't observe Twitter well enough. What social medias are you on? I will post wherever you are. Category, what's the category? Yo, okay, actually this has way more fields. I forgot. Okay, Okay, we have ID, name. Okay, well, we need to keep, actually, we're gonna open it right here. Okay, we need to change more things here. But delete. Okay, that one's easy. Yeah, it's just the update. You're not active enough. That's okay. Okay, we, I believe, have everything going. Okay, now to update. If we update something, what do we want to let somebody update? They could change the name, category type, or is archived. Ooh, do we want them to change is archived? I want to say no. Yeah, let's go with no. Also, something we could add in the future. Okay. New thing to put in my docs. Let's add this one. Actually, these are not documents. These are more planning. Let's call this board future. And I could definitely put this, I have a whole a whole board to track everything, and I'm totally gonna put this in that board as well. Okay, so here is our little project board thing, and I could probably check things off. Actually, I'm gonna definitely put this shouldn't go in here. We'll go back to make this tiny and do category. You would say yes. What if you want to bring the category back? You shouldn't have deleted it in the first place then. Yeah, linear is amazing. So this app is called Linear. So I'll show you. You only archived it. No, oh, actually, so Megan, what I'm thinking is on the front end, I'm gonna have it say the word delete, not archive. So archive is more on my side, but it'll look like delete on the front end. So linear is the board that I'm using right here. So we actually right here did account input. Create, read, update, delete. Let's mark it as done. Cool, that one's done. But what I was thinking before this tangent was, let's put this in the backlog. If you like delete an account, or sorry, delete a category, or say, yeah, you deleted it, but you wanted to bring it back or something like that, and then you wanted to combine like your old data with your new data, so then your data kind of like matches up, we could have a created at parameter. So at some point on the app, you could see all of your, all of your categories that you may have deleted or technically archived, and then you could bring them back. But if you had like multiple things that said YouTube, and then you changed it to YouTube AdSense, and then you changed it to, and then you deleted something, and then came back with like YouTube, what's another way? Let's say sponsor, or memberships, and then you had YouTube memberships. But then later on you changed your mind and you wanted to just make all of it YouTube and you wanted to combine them together. If you saw just a single one, and you could see like the date you created it at, then you may be able to do that. So let's do add a category. Created at property. Actually, I totally have templates for these, and I have not created them either. Okay, let's do add. Okay, we'll just do that for right now, and that would be a vapor kind of thing. But it's gonna be definitely a backlogged kind of task. Okay, so... Oh yeah, so Yana said you can always soft delete with a delete timestamp. Yep, that's definitely a good way. You're answering my question on is archive. Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna, on the front end, it'll say delete, so the user will think it's really deleted. In reality though, technically it's not deleted. I should have marked some of these in progress. We're doing one of these. What are we doing? Category endpoint? I just saw it. Here we go. In progress. That's what we're doing right now. Is this the part where you stress me out and ask how we merge two accounts together? You don't. Yeah. That's a task that we won't be accomplishing right now. So let's go back. Oh, we have it actually right in front of us right here. So what can we update? They could update the name or the category type. And actually we want to change some of this as well. Let's just comment everything out except the return. Because technically delete is not really delete for us. Update all models pointing to one account and point to the other instead. Ooh. That would be a good way. Update all models pointing to one account and point to a different one. That makes sense. Yeah, because they have IDs and foreign keys, you would just basically switch all of them. That makes sense. That'd be good. It's a good idea. I haven't done some database stuff in a while, so I'm like forgetting how this would work, but yeah. Okay, first, let's actually come back to update. We'll do delete. Delete is, we do want this entire, whoops, part right here, which is getting the category from based on the ID, and then instead of deleting it, actually totally, this is not going to be called delete. We are going to make this called is archived, or archive. So if we change it down there, we need to change right here. And this shouldn't be this should not be a delete. This will actually be a put. And we could pass the whole object itself like we do with this other one, rather than only the ID. Because yeah, we need more than the ID, so we were going to have to do categories.put. We don't need that part. And what we want to do, okay, so also if you see this, it says request async throws. That is the function signature of all of our functions so far. We are going to call this archive. So we can actually get rid of this endpoint. We have two different ones. Yeah, I'm gonna keep them separated. We could put them together, but I'm just gonna keep them separate for right now. Hey Giannis, thank you for stopping by, and I appreciate, and thank you for buying me a coffee. Have a great day, and thanks for all the advice. Okay, let's do for archive specifically. This will actually just be actually no, keep that category. And because we're gonna use it the same way that we use update. We actually are not going to do this part of it, which is finding it in the, or we will do part of this of finding it in the database, but we will do that via actually I could have copied what's right there, but this, actually I am going to copy what's right there, because this is using the query parameters like in the actual request, and instead I'm going to send the entire category object. So no, I could have done this the other way. It doesn't really matter. I've already done half of it. We're doing it this way. So we could have done it either way, honestly. But we're going to do it this way now because we've already started. Category from DB. Why is it not finding is archived? Okay, we will see if this finds it. I don't know what's going on. We want to save that category. And we actually are not doing a delete, we're doing an update. Okay, let's build that and see if that works. No. Oh, because we're using the word account. Oh, because I haven't changed it yet. So this needs to be category. That one will too. Okay, now let's build. Build succeeded. Okay. So this is decode the category from the request, use that to get the category that's in the ID, or sorry, that's in the database. Take that category that's in the database, update it to be true, and then send, or then update it, and then we will return category from DB. There we go. Okay, that's archive. Now for update, they technically will only really be able, so we have multiple properties, but when they update it, the user will really only see them updating it, the name, or if they wanted to change the category type, like change an income to a expense. Oh, another support. Thank you. Thank you for buying me a coffee. I'm also looking at on my phone because it also comes up over here. Is that Kaizen? Or Kaizen? Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, for anybody else, that was the Buy Me a Coffee link that I have. So I just set this up a little tiny bit ago. So that's the Buy Me a Coffee link. If you buy me a coffee, like while I'm on stream, you'll see the, over there, the stream thing. And that's awesome. Yep, it's worth it. Stream is awesome. Steeds of War, Kaizen, thank you. I appreciate it so much. But yeah, when you do that, I set that stream, that is the default Buy Me a Coffee stream alert, and I just made it purple because that fits more of the brand that I have. One day though, I want to make it a custom stream alert. That will be, not right now, but it will be sometime. So if anyone knows a graphic designer kind of person, let me know as well. Because I have some ideas, but I do not know how to execute them. But they're ideas so far. But thank you again. Okay, we have category. What are we updating? We are updating. So this is not an account. This is category. Actually, it totally would have made more sense to pass the request the way I did the first time right here, because really we are just setting that to true. We're not actually using this variable, except to find it. Oh well. That is fine. We'll go back to it later. Okay, category name. From DB dot category, oh gosh. Is it just type? Yes, type is equal to category. Okay, so they could change the name or they could change the type. And once they change it, we will do an update and then return the category. Cool. Let's run this and see if we can do all the things. And now, instead of using accounts, we are going to use category as our endpoint. So, sure, we'll save that one. So when I saved it, we have all of them right here now. Warning, overriding route output put categories. What does that mean? Can we not have more than one? Is that the thing? Oh no, we can't have more than one. That makes sense because this is a single endpoint called categories. Okay, we're gonna do it the other way. That does make sense. And we are not calling delete, we are calling put. Hey Kevin, thank you for stopping by. Have a good rest of your day. Okay, we have this. We need to now change this part. Okay, so this is a category. That's a category. This is category ID. Hey Rakib, how's it going? How's your day? Okay, we are doing... So what we're doing is creating the category endpoint for our API. And we just changed this. I think that should be good now. Let's run it. Build succeeded. That's what we like to see. And look at that, no warning anymore. So what happened was here, we already had an endpoint we were using for /categories. If they do a put, we could not do another one with just using a different function because the endpoint, like URL, was not different. So when we add this one, it is different because what we'll be doing is doing /categories/ the ID number. Even though we're still using a put command. It's a different endpoint URL. I'm doing good. The stream has been okay. I would say okay so far because we had some audio issues this morning and that was a time. Categories, yeah. Let's call it fetch categories. And see, so now we have all of them here. If I ever wanted to use them again. Ooh, you could run the whole collection? That seems chaotic. Okay, here we go. Categories. Let's do nothing. Ooh, what happened? So we just tried to do a normal GET request. Error true. Server column categories.category does not exist. What? Column categories.category type does not exist. We just have this one file, right? Yeah. Oh, no, we have income. Let's look at dbeaver. So this is the client I use to look at the database. There's lots of other ones, but this is the one that I'm going with right now. We will update later. It said column categories.category type does not exist. Oh, that might be why. We have categories, and we have the data type as category type. Do I need to make a table called category? Or no, we have our fluent enums. Our fluent enums have ID, name, and case, and if we look at the data, let's create one and see if we still get the same error. So we need to make a new category. Body, that's what I'm looking for. Ooh, I don't know what this will look like JSON-wise. Let's see. We have name. Let's call this YouTube. Yeah, I don't know what this is gonna look like because it's gonna be called, the type is going to be income. I don't know if it's not a string really, it's an enum, so we'll see how this goes. And is archived is going to be false. Name category type is archived. Yep, that's all of them. Let's see how this goes. I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah. Server column of relation categories does not exist. Let's look at the Vapor docs and see what it says. Okay, we're using an enum. How the heck are we supposed to use this thing? What does the enum look like in JSON then? Because I know how I would type this in Swift. We would have a variable or something that is an enum and then use a specific case, but what would the JSON of the enum look like? I have no idea. What this model? I think it has to be a string because JSON does not have enums. That's like not a thing. So you need to use the ID. Let's see if that is it. I have no idea. Category, okay. Reason, value of type, category type required for key type. What does that mean? Does that mean it can't decode this? Is that what's happening here? Let's see, do we get to here? So this is nice. Because we are running it in Xcode, we can use breakpoints. So if we send this, we are not hitting this breakpoint. Are we even decoding it properly? No. Okay, so this is the line that is failing. So if we actually put a breakpoint right there, it would stop. Or it should. Interesting. We're calling the right endpoint, right? Update. Yeah. This is a lot of thinking. We did not get as far as I thought. Okay, our error is value of type, category type, required for key type. Okay, so this has to be this has to be a category type. And it's a string right now, so that's part of the issue. What would it look like? Let's look at query. No, this is how we query everything. Model. At some point I do want to add unit tests. Do we have that in my little... No. Let's make that as an issue. Okay, what? Basics. Does basics tell us how to do this? Oh, I don't know if it will. I don't know how to use enums in this. Oh, enum validation. How the hell do we use this? Oh, it's slightly more advanced. Let's do that. That's an interesting image to use. Use enum and associate values to parse polymorphic JSON in Swift. Okay, I don't know if this is the right thing I'm looking for, but maybe it'll get us closer. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, this is creating like custom containers, which let's look at this. And I only want to stream for 7 more minutes. I feel like I'm not going to figure this out in 7 minutes, but we will see. Too bad Jonas isn't still here. He may know. Okay, if we look at Vapor, let's go to Vapor itself and see. I think this will just point us to the docs. Yeah, I don't think that'll help. Let's look at this one. And I don't think that article will be super useful. I think is this the book? I think it is a book and we don't see all of it. Oh, no. Okay. Ooh, what is Docker PS? Saving models. Okay, can it tell me like what the JSON is supposed to look like? Okay, there we go. That's long and short. That one's easy though. This has got a lot of stuff in it. I don't know if it has enums though. I think they're actually called enums, but that's okay. Advanced. What does advanced tell us? Huh, that's funny. Advanced is how migrations work. Okay, caching, middleware, WebSockets. Advanced fluent enums. No, we can't read it because I'd have to buy the book. But we may be able to get somewhere though. Okay. Not sure this helps, but any enum backed by a codable type like string or int can be stored in the field. Yes, it can be a raw value, but this can handle enums. So like our category object here has like this .enum that's a category type. Because in Postgres with Fluent, we have this Fluent enums and it says income expense because I added those values. So there has to be a way. I like don't know how to format the JSON to do this though. Okay, let's see. You'll see how to save models with enums. Oh, okay. We are going to get there. I think this will tell us even if we can't read it. Yeah, we can't read it immediately. But the thing is though, even though we can't read this, we can see the code. So that partially helps. Okay, we have... That was showing us delete. What was... Oh, this is not an async await. That's okay. Restore handler. Okay, that's just deleting something. That's sending a post request with the ID. Yeah, so definitely that's a way to do it, but that's not the way I set this up. Oh, are we like getting actually too low timestamp? Okay, most recent shows us user ID. Enums. Okay. Oh. I was way up here. Okay, now we're finally enums. Oh, it's not scrambled. Oh, just kidding. Part of it is. Okay. Requirement, data restrict values predefined both Fluent Postgres and Fluent MySQL support enums. Did demo this. Okay, here we go. We're gonna get there. Even if we can't read the directions. Okay, I am using this, enum. That should be in, that's my create category. In category, we have @enum for category type, okay. In it, what is this using? It's user type. It's always a type. Okay, it says user type. Oh, by default. Yeah, we didn't, here's our type. We did not give it a default because it's fine. Okay, this is telling us database.enum.case create. Okay, so this is the migration, which we did that right here. Create category type. Okay, we did that. And this is showing us how to delete something. Okay, I feel like we're so close. We can't stop now. I need to buy this book. Okay, 401 forbidden. Yeah, because you don't have the authorization. No, that was the end. How do we create an object that has category type? So yeah, this is just Swift code, but how do we send over? Oh, does this do something weird to it where, because I would think we could send just income. Like that. But it didn't like that. Column category type of relation categories did not exist. You keep saying that, but... I may have to solve this on my own or we'll come back to it, but... Because I believe this does save it as a string in all reality. Or it has to use this ID property in some way. Because if we look at categories, this says... Nope, not... Oh yeah, there's the ER diagram. Cool. I think properties, name, type. Okay, the data type is category type. Is how this is set up, but Yo, this is not telling me how I would add something that has a category type. Like, I could do this from Swift. I think I know how I would figure that out, but... How do I do this from our JSON object that we have here? I didn't think this would be so difficult. Let's see. What is his name's Tibor, I know. Oh, there it was, the Swift dev. This is Tibor is the one who writes this, and he has a lot of Swift or Vapor content. Let's look up articles. Ooh, the repository pattern. What's that? This one may give us something. Let's see. No, it doesn't. Neither does this one. But... Swift enum all values? Okay, I don't think it's gonna be that one. Oh no, that's his only article that has enum in the title. And this is also Swift 4, but that's okay. Oh, that's it. Oh, okay, so he does that. I need to do that to mine. That is super, super nice. I feel like this almost has the answer. Because I have this part. That exists. We have that part. That's the initializer. This is an object. I think that says let user is equal to user, and that's what it's written here. But that's in Swift. This is part of the migration. But this part is just deleting a user. It's not how to use... It's not how it looks like coming from JSON. Ooh, advanced fluent. Is this the chapter I'm reading? Are these two different books? These are two different books. Okay, let's see if this one says it though. Okay, we are looking at 5.2. Okay, I'm guessing the one on the right, this is an update. Okay, Okay, this is the request, which has email, password, and username. Okay, that's normal. That gives them back the ID, and then they use the ID. Okay, this is seeing if it decodes. Okay, user has a type of .admin, but like, how do we, what would the, what does it look like on this side to send it? Okay, see, that says it as a string, like right there. It says it's using a string. Is this paw? Line joins. Okay. It's either I did something wrong or I'm reading this article wrong. From what I can tell, it looks like we just send the string. Because right... It could be. It 100% could be how I have it set up, and I set it up wrong. Because... right here. The user type is admin, and that is a string right here. Okay, server column category of relation categories does not exist. Category type of relation categories does not exist. I created this category type. Let me actually close that. So I did this and created our two cases of income and expense. And specifically said enum, so that made it, over here, it made it as a fluent enum. Oh, we're on categories. Right here. Let's make it in the database. Where's the plus button? I don't know how to use this client if you can't tell. Okay, there's the, okay. Oh, I forget. There's a command for this. We're just gonna try call this YouTube is archived. No type. Ooh, look at that. Income, okay. Right, save. Oh, that made it null. Okay, I thought, okay, I don't know what that means. ID. Oh. We're gonna use, you know what we are going to use? We're gonna get one of the accounts and copy this UUID. As opposed to, there's a SQL function that makes this, but I'm not going to use it right now. Okay, save, let's see. Okay, that's saved. Can we fetch this? Does this work? Okay, something is definitely wrong with how I have this database set up. Because this says column categories.category type does not exist. Which is correct, it just says type. Yo, I think I know what it is. I think this needs to say type, not category type. So in my category, I think this needs to say category type is how that should be worded, but this is a migration and I would need to change the migration. Or I would need to use a migration to update. Okay, we are going to... What have I written so far? The category? Okay. Okay, I think it is... Sounds like this, the issue. Yeah, I think the issue... Because it's telling me category type does not exist. Because in my database, wherever it went, I have a type, not category type. So the proper way to do this would be to upgrade and use a new migration to change that. Do I want to start with that right, or do I want to finish that right now, or do I want to start this next time? It's gonna take me a long time to actually stream this whole series. We were able to make... We made one endpoint, technically 4 endpoints, but one group in 2 hours. So this would take 1, 2, 3 more stream, or yeah, 3 more streams here at least. Not even counting that one. This is a lot of work. Making an app is a lot of work. Can I quickly verify that's the issue? Technically, yeah. Let's see. I would have to go to categories, property, change this to... I don't know what persist means. Okay. Ta-da! That was it. Right there. Yeah, Kuba, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, Steeds of War Kaizen. That was it. See? Because we were able to do a GET request and got it. And it's good. So this column needs to be called category type, not type. And let's save that. Persist. I don't even know what that means. That was because... Here. Actually, let's see. Where are the docs? Let's go to Fluent Migrations. Okay, not migrations. We need to go to schema somewhere. This one. Update field. Haha, right here. You can update a field's type. Okay, we may need advanced here. Okay, this updates it to double. Should I just delete it? Would that be the easiest? We could. But yeah, okay. That was the issue. We are going to put that as a note. Okay, let's see. Update category table. Change the we're gonna use that type to category type. I don't like that though, that's why I called it type. Should I have instead... I should have probably just called this type, but then it's not clear. I'll keep it like this, or not keep it like this, but change it to this because it is more explicit, which is fine. But update category table. Change the name of the column from type to a category type. Let's also say create a migration to that. That is what we will do next time. That is what we'll start out as, and I might Google it beforehand to figure out how to properly do that, or we'll just do it on the fly. But oh man, that was a lot of work. Oops, where did... So yeah, what we did today, out of all these windows, let's close some of these and then we'll keep that one open. Let's close this one. Okay, so what happened today was we started the API endpoints and we successfully made the entire account route collection. And the route collection is called our account controller. I'm gonna stop this. And we made a new endpoint called /accounts, and we can do create, read, update, and delete, which are your basic like database functions. And then we started to work on the category controller because right here, categories does the exact same thing, and this is the next easiest model. The only thing was it had an enum in it, and that threw us. So that enum was category type. If we look right here. So right here we have ID, name, category type, that's an enum, and then a normal like is archive field that's a boolean. So with this, when we went to go try to make our controller, we pretty much, I think all of the code itself is fine. So we have create, or that's actually read. This one is the create, this is the update. They could update the name or the type. And then we aren't actually deleting categories. We are actually going to be archiving them. But on the user side, it'll look like the word delete. But what we will do is just mark one field as true for is archived. And that's actually just updating it, not really deleting it. But all of the code right here is totally fine. The issue came when we actually tried to do and use the code. We kept getting an error. And that error is because of this type and because we're using this enum of category type. So because of this, I later found out that we had this enum for our fluent enums called category type, and we named this category type, but in our table, we only named it type. So I did test it. We have to change this from type to category type, but to do that like the proper sort of vapor way, I want to use a migration to do that. So we will do that at the beginning of next stream, and then I was able to make a new request and we could see the data like properly. So that's what we'll start out with next time, is making that new migration, and then basically we can test the whole category endpoint and we should be done with category very quickly. And then we will probably do expense next because it's the next easiest, I think. Yeah, expense is the next easiest because it has less properties, and then income is the biggest one. So that was what the stream was today. That was a lot of thinking to try to figure out what the issue was here, because we were seeing two different errors, and then finally, and we were trying to read the Ray Wenderlich documents when they were, what did they call that? Let's see. They called this... Yeah, it's scrambled text. So we were trying to read the scrambled Ray Wenderlich documents as opposed to buying the book, which I probably will do at some point, to understand what was happening. And we finally got to the point of, we think everything is correct with the request, and then it's really actually more about the database and how it's set up with just how we made it. So, Steeds of War, I'm glad you found that useful. I appreciate it. That's the whole point of this stream, is to really show you what it looks like to actually develop a Vapor API and using more complex things than my like intro series tutorial that I did. So like this really shows you what it all actually kind of looks like. So that's going to be it for today, and I appreciate everyone who bought me a coffee today, and I will see you again next week. These streams are every single Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. That's 1300 UTC. So I appreciate everyone who came, and be sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next week. Bye.